Hello, Peter. Hello, Anya. Thank you both for coming to this meeting. The purpose of this session is to discuss openly the incidents which Peter has related to me. It's important that we give and receive feedback in a safe place with the view to moving forward and getting some resolution. I think it's positive that you've both come here and engaged with this meeting. It's a good starting point for moving forward. Now, I'll just go over some of the ground rules about the session. Each person will speak uninterrupted. I will give you both a chance to speak yourselves and say how you feel, and then I will facilitate some agreements in the end. When one person is speaking, the other will listen. And anything that's said will be delivered with respect. If there's any conflict, which I don't envisage, we will take a few moments and reset and start the conversation again. The most important thing is that this is all confidential and nothing that's said here will be spoken outside of these four walls. Okay? Do you both agree with that?
Yes.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you. Peter, do you want to start off? Tell us what upset you about what Anya said.
So, Anya, I was really upset when I didn't get the funding. I had put a lot of work into the proposal, so it was genuinely disappointing not to get it. But I was really pleased for you that you got yours. But when you said that I would do better next time, I felt that you were implying that my proposal wasn't good enough. And then you went on to say that you would look over my future proposals and put me straight. This assumed that my proposal wasn't up to the mark. I did feel a little belittled by that. I have done successful funding proposals in the past.
I didn't mean that.
Anya, remember we said we wouldn't interrupt?
Sorry.
That's okay. Continue, Peter.
Anya, I did wonder if you hadn't meant it the way it came across, so I didn't say anything at the time. Then, a couple of weeks later, I overheard a conversation in the corridor. You said to the three you were with that you had felt justly rewarded for the effort you'd put into the funding proposal. Fair enough. But then you went on to say that others felt they could just breeze through the process without putting in the time or detail required, and then took umbrage when they didn't get the funding.
I didn't mention you by name, Peter.
Anya, Peter hasn't finished speaking. You'll get your turn.
Sorry.
That's okay. I understand you want to say a few things. Peter, continue.
You didn't say my name, Anya, but it was obvious you were talking about me. Those you were with knew I was the only other person who had done a funding proposal at that time. Then again last week, you were talking to a different group of colleagues. And this time you said, you know, Peter thought he was going to get the funding, but he couldn't have put in a very good proposal. And then you said something about having to put the upfront work in order to get the funding. And then something about having to learn the hard way through a failed application. On both occasions, I felt you were making inappropriate comments about me, belittling me, and creating a false picture of me, gossiping and damaging my reputation. That's not fair. You didn't see my proposal. You didn't see the feedback that I got. And I'm starting to feel really bullied, Anya. This hasn't happened once. It's happened multiple times now and needs to stop.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for being so open and candid. Okay, Anya, your turn.
Thanks, Sean. Peter, I'd like to start by saying I'm sorry. That's a heartfelt apology. Listening to what you said there, I'm really embarrassed. On the first occasion, I genuinely didn't mean to come across as offensive or put down your proposal. But I can see how you might have interpreted what I said. That's no excuse, though. I should have thought a bit more about what I was saying and how you might be feeling. I've had proposals turned down before, so I recognise how that can feel. I should have told you that, instead of getting caught up in my own funding proposal outcome. It's no excuse. And Everything else I said was unacceptable. All I can say is, I'm really very sorry. And I will never say anything like that again. This has been a bit of a lesson.
Thank you, Anya. Peter, do you accept Anya's apology? Will we consider the matter resolved?
Yes, I'm glad we had this opportunity to talk things through.